Hey there singers, today I'm going to teach you exactly how and why steaming makes an immediate improvement in your singing as well as protects your voice over the longer term, and why you might want to consider making it a daily habit, especially if you're someone who sings regularly and a lot. My name is Kasha. I'm a vocal coach who specializes in teaching modern, innovative ways, methods of working with your singing, with your voice, to break through any limitations which are keeping you from your singing goals, to get your voice to the next level and get you singing how you want, what you want, faster and easier. Steaming is definitely something that can help you with that. Of course, a major part, the most important part of making sound, of singing, is your vocal folds. So it makes sense that you want to do everything that you can to care for them, to protect them, and also if you want to get the best result possible out of them, that you want to optimize their performance, optimize their functionality, basically make it as easy as possible for them to do their job the best that they can. I thought that the best way for it to really make sense why steaming is something so helpful for your vocal folds is to see some live footage of vocal folds in action. So here I am on YouTube, and as you can see, I've just put in vocal folds singing, and then there's one that I like to use here. You can just use anyone really, but I'm going to take this one. I'm going to make sure that the sound is off, and then we don't need to hear this guy talking. We just want to see the vocal folds. Okay, so the important thing here that I really wanted to show you is how wet they are. Look at all of this moisture. You can see it like glistening off them. You can see when they come together, there's like the droplets, the gooey stuff. They look pretty gooey in general. And you can also see that they're really like stretching, changing shape. They're basically doing some athletics there. So you can really see in that live footage that in essence the vocal folds are relying on the moisture that they have to function as well as they can. You can see that they're covered in moisture. They're just this tissue which is completely covered in it. You can see that in the instances when they're coming together, that there are little droplets of moisture actually between them, so they're not coming together dry. There's always that moisture in between. And you can also see like how much they're moving, how much they're going from shorter to longer, from thicker to thinner. They're really like things that are stretching and changing shape quite a bit. And hopefully from that footage it makes sense that you really want to keep that level of moisture up as much as possible for them to be functioning at their optimum. Now you might have heard the advice before to drink lots of water if you want to sing, which is certainly a good idea, but the only issue with that is that it doesn't have an immediate effect. And actually when you drink water, it takes a bit of time, a few days, for it to reach your vocal folds, and it depends in general how dehydrated you are as well, because your body is really clever and it prioritizes the water, it prioritizes the distribution of the water according to how large and how important the bits of you are. And what I mean by that is your vital organs, your large organs, so like your heart, your liver, your kidney, your lungs, all of those super important. Like if you didn't have your heart, you would die. If you didn't have your vocal folds, okay, you might not be able to scream for help, but you'll still live. So your body gives the water to all of those more important, larger things first, and your vocal folds are quite a way down on the list in order of priority because they're not as vital and they're not as big. So yes, great, drink water, but you really need to do it consistently in order to maintain that level of moisture in your vocal folds. That's why steaming is really great, because it's just an immediate way, it's a delivery mechanism to get that water, bam, straight on your vocal folds, so it's there straight away. It can start doing its work straight away. You can go out and get a specialist steamer if you want. They're not that expensive. You can get them off Amazon quite cheaply, but you don't really need to do that, especially to begin with. You can just begin with boiling some water in a kettle, and I like to put it in a cup so that it's easy to hold, or just, sitting on a chair, putting it on the table. Grab a towel, grab your mobile phone and set your alarm for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I always, when I do this with my students in class, I always make them like do it as a relaxing moment. So, take some time for yourself to chill out. Maybe you want to put a little bit of meditative music on or something like that. Other ways, you can just focus on your breath. So you've set your alarm, you've put your towel over your head, you're breathing in that steam for 5 to 10 minutes. You're giving yourself a nice little bit of a facial as well as the steam goes on your face. The first time that you do it as well, do a before and after so you can see the immediate effects that it has on your voice. So have a sing of a couple lines of something, do your steaming, and then once you've done your steaming, have a sing again of the same thing and notice the differences in the way that what you're singing sounds and feels. Whenever I do this with my students, I always get them to do a before and after, and I always do it so we don't do any singing exercises or any warming up or anything like that. We just sing, bam, straight off, whatever it is that they're singing. Then we do the steaming session, and then we sing again, and there is always an improvement in their voice. A few important instructions that I want to make sure that I mention is that you want to just have plain old water, so no essential oils or anything like that added to it, just plain old water, and make sure that you keep your mouth closed and you are breathing in the steam through your nose. You want to make sure that it's at a point where you can definitely feel that there is some steam going up your nose, otherwise there's no point in doing it, but you don't want to be burning yourself, of course, either. If you haven't tried steaming before, then have a try, be convinced yourself of the results, have a sing of something, don't do any warm-ups or any singing exercises, notice how is it sounding, how is it feeling, have a little steam, and then have a sing afterwards again and notice the differences. If you do this, I would love to hear your results. In general, any feedback, any thoughts, any questions that you have, please leave me a comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you do try it and you do find it helpful, then give this video a like and a share so you can let other people know that it's something that's really simple, easy to do, gives you a little bit of a meditative moment, protects your voice, and makes it better. That's like all around awesome. I hope that this video has been useful and informative, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.